and gentlemen, you are listening to Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get it on! Come into the ring, step into the fire, see what you want, baby. If your heart has desire, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, down, down. Deathmatch Russell Podcast, 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 Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
Good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch.
You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts.
What the heck? Oh my gosh. Take 2, 3, 4, 5. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, welcome to the Deathmatch Russell podcast, all the way from Guatemala. It's a hard connection to get, but I really got Guatemala, man. You know, it was hard to get this guy. Blaze Haram, are you there?
Absolutely, jerk job, and it's in Guantanamo Bay to you. Get it correct. I'm not in no freaking Guatemala. I'm in Guantanamo Bay Detention Center.
Guatemala, whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you know, there's so many.
You know, the fact that you even got some connection, somewhat of a connection to get with me, you know, just take it as a privilege.
Well,
so I'm here.
Thank you.
Favorite Blaze Haram. So let's get with it. You know, Mr. Russell, you know, you're here inviting me to your Deathmatch Russell podcast, and let's get it popping. What we're here to talk about.
Well, man, you know what? Let's just jump right into it, man. There's something coming up May 15th. There is something coming up. This coming up really fast upon us. You're going to be taking a flight. You're going to be taking your private plane all the way to the East Coast, you know, for this one destination, Jackson, New Jersey, Firehouse. And yes, sir. They're going to be setting up a structure for some sort of like Iraq prison match structure.
What it is an Iraqi prison match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been feuding with this cyborg idiot Rick Recon for about a year now. You know,
yes,
and
Rick Recon. Yep.
You know, we've been going at it. This feud has traveled to 6 different promotions already. You know what I mean? We've been battling it out for the past year, while a lot of these idiots at home, you know, thinking about when their next battle in the ring is going to be. Me and Recon been throwing it down for the past year. You know what I mean? And
yes,
it comes down to this. You know?
Yeah.
I told him when we first crossed paths, that no matter what, no matter where, I was going to make his life a living hell. And a year later, I'm still here. So it leads down to this. I made some demands with the TCW management. You know what I mean? And it's quite simple. So on May 15th, it's going to be an Iraqi prison match. And these are the details. I don't know if you saw my video that was dropped the other day.
Yes,
but,
that was very good. Yes, a lot of good stuff came out of that.
For those who didn't see the video, so the details are quite simple. So it's going to be in a steel cage, no ropes. It's going to be a barbed wire, razor sharp roof, and with a bunch of weapons and goodies we use here in Guantanamo Bay, you know, that this idiot might need to survive.
Well, maybe I might have to smuggle something into the cage for you too. You never know, because you know, I like to play with weapons too. You know, well, as a fan.
That's all fine and dandy, but honestly, he's gonna need the weapons more than I do. So you might want to pass that to him.
All right, because you never know what I could bring. I'm pretty creative with the world of what I live in, wrestling, and so, you know. But my gosh, you guys have been on a warpath for quite some time, and I've been watching a lot of the footage and keeping my close eyes on this match. This is a match I want to keep my eyes on because you know what? It's going to be brutal. Let's just say that. It's going to
It
be brutal.
sure is. It's going to be a bloodbath, and it's going to come down to this. Me and Recon one-on-one. My stipulations. Good luck to you, jerk job.
But wait a minute. There's somebody going to be in the crowd, I heard, watching this match as well. One guy named...
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard anything about anybody. So
yeah.
You know, if Recon's bringing somebody on his side, then that's on him. But as far as on my end, I have nobody but myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody will be ringside. That's all I could say. I don't know who.
Well, good luck for Recon. He can bring as many people to ringside as he wants. It ain't gonna help him. It ain't gonna help him very much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. But my gosh, man, it's gonna be great to see. Great to see you guys. You know, finally locked in the cell. You know, locked up and just gonna do what you guys have to do. You know, it's a war. You know, the war is finally gonna go to an end. Well, it'll never end. The wars never end, but you know what I mean? It's going to be till the end. And, you know, it's going to be awesome. It really is. The fans are, I've heard a lot from my friends and from the TCW management as well. It's really just going to be spectacular. Something that fans would have never seen before in wrestling.
Yeah, it's the first time. It's the first time any type of match has been done like this. You know, with these type of stipulations, an Iraqi prison match. You know, so it's definitely something different and something fresh and brand new to bring to the forefront. You know, of TCW. You know, and what more than to have it with myself, Allah's favorite Blaze Haram, and the cyborg assassin Rick Recon, and we could finally settle the score. You know, for this past year. You know, I haven't had much luck against them. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you that right now. But you know, to clarify that, when I made my mark in the world of pro wrestling, I came in with I don't care about wins and I don't care about losses. I came here for two things and two things only, and that's to disrespect and to violate. And I've been doing that since, and it's been working. So when I said I was going to make Recon's life a living hell, I kept my word, and I've been doing so from interrupting his matches, you know, from
videos,
eliminating
promos.
him at the Man Olympus Battle Royal.
A lot of video promos coming out from, and really.
So now he's stepping into my world, and things are going to be a little different. You see, because us here in Guantanamo Bay, we don't play by the rules very much.
No. Your police is strong. Yes, you know, your police force and everybody. It's just gonna be a war on the East Coast. Let's just say that. You know, we're gonna be in for something. You know, the smoke will not clear.
Definitely.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, looking back, you know, as a career of wrestling, you know, you look back at the Desert Storm matches. You look back at the greats, you know, you look back and think back to, you know, Hogan and Slaughter, Sheik.
Yeah, I'll be talking about it. Yeah, when the whole Desert Storm thing with Hogan and Slaughter. That was a beautiful thing when Slaughter burned down the American flag in front of the crowd. Mm-hmm. What a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
What a beautiful moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it'll be starting to relive history, something like that again, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, and now it's this day and age, it's you know, it's something that we love to watch you guys do and perform and do what you have to do to take care of business inside that squared circle.
Absolutely.
Of course, growing up, who were your top favorites? Who were your favorites? Of course.
Growing up, I was always into the heels. Mm-hmm. That's where I kind of I gained a lot of inspiration into what I do, as far as my in-ring stuff. But growing up, I was always into the heels. I've been watching wrestling since the age of 6. I grew up watching the Ted DiBiase's, you know, the Great Mutas, the Iron Sheiks, you know, the Midnight Express, You know,
the Sabu, yeah.
The Sabus, you know, the New Jacks. Those were my big inspirations right there. Even going to like take it to like FMW in the mid '90s. You know, Sabu stuff when he worked there. Even Hayabusa and those guys, you know, were a big inspiration for myself also. You know,
Mr. Danger, Pogo, the great, just everybody, Kasai to you name it, you know.
Yeah.
Just there's it's
Speaking of New Jack, I'm actually reading New Jack's book right now. So,
ooh, what chapter are you on? What page
I am
you actually?
I'm on chapter 6.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
His life is
it's a good read.
Something. Yeah, he's a character, man. He can his world was something different, you know. When he started,
but those were guys that you know that I gained inspiration from to you know do what I do today and shit, you know. So,
You gotta get the inspiration because you know what if it wasn't for them, where would wrestling be, right? Like really, you look at
these guys, you know, those guys paved the way for guys like myself, you know, and other you know players in the indies right now, you know. Yeah,
because you know, and now you see the indies with of course WWE and AEW and just how they're trying to create some history moments, but they need to fix stuff first, you know, as well, you know. Still, it's a path that you know. Yeah, it's just good, you know.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to much of the the current like AEW or the WWE stuff, you know. So I really don't know what's going on as far as that world goes. You know, I watch a lot of like indie stuff, and I watch a lot of like the New Japan stuff. You know.
Yeah, New Japan's pretty
wrestling.
Good. Yeah. Yes, wrestling. Watching like ECW, like with New Jack, like that was hardcore. You know, that was real. You're looking Mick Foley. You know, you talk about Terry Funk. You talk about the greats. You know, really, and they're just now putting all this stuff on documentaries on TV now, which is really cool. You know. Like there's really some good stuff come, like the Macho Man will be next on Sunday night. I cannot wait to watch that as well. So it'll be and then we got the Warrior one coming up as well. It's pretty
those are some good ones right there, man.
And also the Nick Gage on Vice TV as well. That's gonna be an interesting story. But
but going back to Titan Championship Wrestling, you know.
Yes.
So this Iraqi prison match, May 15th. You know, for those listening right now, you know, get your tickets because it's going to be a bloodbath. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a bloodbath, and you don't want to miss it.
No, and it's a solidly stacked card as well. You know, my gosh, they're bringing the dynasty in. You know, the Samoan dynasty. My gosh. And that brings back to like the days growing up, watching the real Wild Samoans, their parents going at it, you know, in the ring. You know, generation to generation, right? It goes down a path. But you know what? There's so many other matches we're going to keep her. You never know. You might just have to get that title one of these days as well. You know, that's the gold. That gold.
Well, that's definitely a plan. You know, eventually I'm going to set my path towards some championship gold and see which jerk jobs I got to take down in the ring and snatch their gold so I could bring back home to Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, it's right now. I think we just saw I just saw the card. They just announced it. It looks like we get Chris Steele versus Monster Mac for the title now. So my gosh, you know, now you got to have your eyes set on that as well. You know, you don't know. You can because I know you want to face a lot of the guys, and you know. Mac from the forefront, you know, as well.
I take all contenders. I take all contenders.
Right.
Yeah, my door is always open for all challenges.
Yep, just like a stepping stone, you know. Just keep on going. Just got one by one.
Yeah.
So growing up, what was your first event you attended, like as an indie show?
It was a house show in Madison Square Garden. It was a house show in Madison Square Garden. It was I want to say it was probably around the time, well, WrestleMania 8 was going on. Yeah, Flair was already in the WWF. You know, they had his feud going with Macho Man. It was a house show I attended. You know, but after that, I seen a lot of indie shows growing up. You know, I watched guys like these guys before they even made a name for themselves. When they first started making a name for themselves, I seen, you know, as a kid, I seen these guys doing their thing. Guys like Monster Mac and Low Key and Homicide. You know, they used to do a lot of the local indie shows in Brooklyn. You know, so I seen those guys. You know, when I was growing up.
Brooklyn and Broadway. You know. Yeah.
So you know, I seen a lot of the indie stuff growing up as well. But as I grew older, you know, I started going towards more like the independent, in the indie part of pro wrestling. You know.
Yeah, and then just getting getting your foot in the, you know, just getting yourself to a
and then eventually just getting myself into the business. You know. So.
Yeah, just taking that first step into the ring and taking those first bumps, and you know, you're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. It's something I want to try. You know. I'm going to do it.
Absolutely.
You know, never give up, as they always say in biz. Or whoever says that, I don't believe that by that guy. Who is that? John Cena? I don't know. Whoever he is.
Fuck John Cena.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think the last time I saw Cena was when he had the riot with the RVD and ECW. You know?
That's funny.
Crazy. But I guess what else, man? What's your go-to food after a show?
My go-to food, depending on where we're at. Because if it's depending on the area. Usually, if I'm in Jersey, I like to stop at a Wawa's, you know, and get me a nice BLT on the way out. You know, I'll
tell you what, Wawa is the go-to in Jersey. Everybody doesn't realize.
Yeah, I like Taco Bell. I like the Taco Bell. You know, grab a Taco Bell along the way. You know, if I'm in PA, I like to maybe grab some Philly cheesesteaks or something. You know, if I'm in New York City, I go to the Spanish spots. You know, get some nice Puerto Rican food. You know. Yeah,
that sounds good.
Or I go to my favorites when I'm in New York City. I'll hit one of my Muslim brothers. You know what I mean, and get a halal cart. Get one of those halal carts and get me some chicken over rice.
Oh man, that sounds good. That sounds really good right now.
So it depends where I'm at, you know what I mean? Or on the location where I decide to eat after a match.
Yeah. What's your current music you're into? What do you get your mind going? What's on your playlist right now?
I listen to a lot of stuff. I'm a big hip hop, you know, I listen to a lot of hip hop.
Yeah.
A lot of 90s hip hop, preferably a lot of the indie hip hop stuff.
Right.
I listen to some metal. I listen to some reggae. A little bit of everything, you know.
You have to. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's always.
I base the music I listen to according to my mood.
You
know?
Any movies you've been watching or anything catching your eye lately? I'm bad with the movies lately. I haven't seen anything good recently.
No, I don't. See, Blaze Haram here at Guantanamo Bay it's hard. We're always training and
I know.
You know, training for combat. So we really don't have time to watch TV like you American idiots do. You know what I mean? But over here we're strictly training. Once in a while on the weekends we might get, you know, a little privilege to watch some TV. I mean, I have a privilege any time to watch TV, but, you know, I just choose not to, you know, because I'm a leader, not a follower. I want to lead by example for my people out here. You know what I'm saying? So if they can't watch TV, I can't watch TV either.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's just like Godzilla versus Kong or Mortal Kombat. You know, it's like the two top movies of the talk right now. And I'm still not.
Yeah, but I have them on the radar to eventually catch up to them when Blaze Haram has the time. You know what I mean? But right now, you know, when we're on base in Guantanamo Bay on lockdown, it's all about combat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right now, I got an Iraqi prison match to focus on, so I don't got time to be watching television.
No. Yeah, and plus they have all those channels for the wrestling there too as well. that you can catch up on sometimes.
Yeah. That's why 90% of you Americans are all fat, ugly, and lazy, because all you guys do is just watch TV and eat and get all fat and disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that here in Guantanamo Bay.
Oh man, what do we got here? Oh man, who we got? Eric Swan. Who's this guy? Hey, shout out. He says this match is going to be crazy. You got another guy here named
Damn right it is. Shout out to Eric Swan. I hope you be there and watch his ass whooping.
Yeah, he sounds like he's a go-to person. He's getting himself worked up and getting in shape for the wrestling game. So we're looking forward to seeing what he has come down the line for Titan. It's gonna be some good stuff coming.
Absolutely.
You guys, you guys are always training new guys that are coming in, and it's like, wow, it just doesn't stop, which is nice. New faces, new flavors. It's all about wrestling. And not only
Absolutely.
that, Titan's actually going to bring. We're going to actually before the event, we're going to actually have Funhouse Wrestling with Magic's promotion, which is gonna
Magic. He's still alive?
I think that guy is. Yeah.
All right, because I just killed him last month at the free fall. Almost set his ass on fire.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Hey, Magic, you all right? How you feeling, Pops? How's your head? You jerk job.
He's coming up. He's actually coming on tomorrow night. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Send that idiot my regards. Ask him how's his head feeling after I kicked the shit out of him.
I just have to pay him a visit right before the show. But yeah, it's going to be great. We have a full stack, like we said. It's going to be a crazy night. It's going to be a good, night of wrestling, independent wrestling, and cage is locked. You guys in the cage. What? That's like a main event right there, my friend. That is it. Lock that cage. Call it a night. We're done.
It doesn't get any better than that, man. It doesn't get any better than that. Man. So those listening, get your tickets now. TCW, Wanted, Dead or Alive. Allah's favorite, Blaze Haram, Cyborg Assassin, Rick Recon, and that Iraqi prison match.
It's going to be insanely crazy. We're amped up. I tell you what, we're just amped. It's that cage is calling your name, but I'll be on the outside looking in. So
as you should. Yeah, it's a danger zone.
Danger zone. You're right. But Blaze Haram, I want to say thank you so much for doing this and being
absolutely,
on the podcast.
Man. The pleasure's all yours, man.
Feel free to plug whatever you want and leave a message with your opponent as well.
Absolutely. Y'all listening to Deathmatch Russell podcast. It's your boy, Allah's favorite, Blaze Haram. Y'all can tune in and follow me on social media, Facebook.com, Blaze Haram, Instagram, Blaze Haram, Twitter, Blaze Haram. Shit, just Google me, Blaze Haram. By the way, I got these on deck on ProWrestlingTees.com. $25. You know what I mean? You can go cop yours. ProWrestlingTees.com, Blaze Haram. TCW, Wanted, Dead or Alive, May 15th. Get yours. And if you're listening, you cyborg idiot, Rick Recon, I got a message for you. May 15th, you're finished, boy. Now that's Haram.
Thank you for coming on and have a good night, my friend. All right, fans. You heard it from him. Blaze himself. He is ready. He is set. This cage is going to be a war. It's a war zone. These two guys have been at it. Blaze and Rick Recon. And my gosh, we're just going to be in for a night of just like you said, brutality, just bloodshed. It's going to be something that you'll want to be there and just see. So fans, get your tickets and be there alongside all the matches lined up as well. We have a females ladder match. We have the championship match. We have a hardcore match. There's so much. Tag teams, belts are on the line. This is that. Oh, it's going to be an insane night of wrestling. Plus Funhouse Magic pre-show. Check that out at Titan Championship Wrestling presents Wanted, Dead or Alive. May 15th, Jackson, New Jersey. Get your tickets now. Thank you, fans, for listening. But stay tuned tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'm going to have the pro wrestler and owner of Funhouse Wrestling, the one and only Magic, will be on the podcast. We're going to be talking about Funhouse Wrestling and much, much more. Fans, thank you for listening to the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. Have a good night, everybody. Till next time.
You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: DeathmatchRussell.com, follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at PodcastCity.net, Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share, and on Twitter at PodcastCityNet. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.
Hey, wrestling fans, check out BootandHeel.com for all your independent wrestlers, apparel, and more. Also, check out Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast as well. www.bootandheel.com.